This game is not suitable for children or the easily disturbed. It includes depiction of horror elements, human-animal violence, and death, abuse/abusive relationships, disturbing images, loud noises, flashing lights and images, and more. Individuals suffering from anxiety and depression or certain fears, phobias, may not have a safe experience of playing this game or watching the episode. Yeah. Please take care of yourself. Hey yo, my name is Zeb, and welcome to Do Not Take This Cat Home by Pixel Liminal. It's on itch.io, so this game is extremely loud. And let me turn down like that. Yeah, good. Here are the credits. Yeah, great. And I think we should just start the game. You're not having a great day, as usual. It's a visual novel, by the way. So have fun just listening to me read. Oh, great. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. When in the middle of your walk, it started to rain. Typical, but maybe this is just a sign you should just stay at home today. Yeah, you can always try again tomorrow, right? You turn your head home when... Eh? What was that? There are only a few people around the street. Makes sense due to the increase of missing person around the area recently. Well, that and the weather. But none of them react to the sound at all. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of the dark, dingy alleyway. You timidly enter the alley. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. I can read. Definitely. The ground dampened by the rain makes your steps sound louder and more confident than you actually feel. Finally, the sound source comes into the view in the cold, dim light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Guess it should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looked up at you. So cute! And it definitely knows it. You've never had much of an opinion on one way or another about cats before. But if they are like this one, they're shocked they haven't already found a way to rule the world. You don't think your mind blown... Well, you don't think you mind... I'm so sorry. You don't think you mind bowing down to a feline overlord. Blah, 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 blah. You look around the alley with a small frown. Who leaves cats in cardboard boxes in these days anyway? Why don't you just jump out and leave the box eventually? I mean, cats love boxes. We own 3 cats, Hansi, Simba, and Safira. And they all love boxes. And Simba. The cat doesn't answer you. Obviously. It also doesn't do as you suggest and leave the box. It just looking at you as if waiting for you to make the next move. It says to not take the cat home. You know what? Reach into the box and pick the cat up, holding it out in front of you. Why not? You're all alone, and well, I'm kind of in the same boat myself, so... You bring the cat close. You didn't realize it was shivering until just then, but it slowly breathes easier as it pressed into your chest. We're not stick together, right? At least for a while. Aww. You think a little while will probably more like a day. You'll be responsible and take it to the shelter tomorrow. But for now, let's get it rain, okay? You stop by a small local pet store for some cat food, then head back home. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. One you living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside after so long. Even if it is just a cat. Oh, interesting music. After locking down the front door, placing the cat on the floor, you watch for a moment as it curiously explores the new environment. Leaving the feline to its own device, you set about making the both of you some dinner. You take out the can of cat food, open it with the tab on the top. Of course! Oh, sorry. It always looks like this. You put cat food on a saucer and click the tongue to call the cat over to you. It perks up at you, beckoning, and rushes over. It looks at the plate of food and completely ignores it. Not hungry, I guess. I try to not let it annoy you. The cat doesn't understand the concept of money to appreciate it. You spend your hard-earned cash on it. It's just a cat after all. I just leave it here if you get hungry later, okay? The cat rubs its body against your leg with a purr. You smile. That's enough of a thanks for you. I follow you into the kitchen as you start your own dinner. I decide to have enough ingredients for a sandwich. Bread, toasted, mayo, mustard spread, turkey and cheese and lettuce perfectly placed. Tomato sliced. Ow! You wince as you cut your finger on the knife while slicing a tomato. Stupid. Feel a little embarrassed as you blunder and sigh, tossing the knife onto the cutting board. You're about to head to the bathroom for bandage when the cat hops onto the counter. It sniffs at the knives and meows almost pointedly at you. Don't worry, I'm alright, it's just that. You watch as the cat starts to lick lightly but enthusiastically at the blood on the knife. At your blood. You're so shocked by the time you come to your senses, the knife has already been completely licked clean. The cat sits back, staring at you. You feel a little uneasy. Sure, cats are meat-eating predators. That was a little weird. Right? You're a cat expert, but that was definitely not something an ordinary cat would do. Right? Meow. But regardless, you're not about to abandon a cat in need while it's still raining outside. Not after all your efforts. You were going to take it to the shelter tomorrow anyway. What's one night of awkwardness? Weird or not, it's just a cat. The rest of the evening unfortunately goes downhill from here. Even after covering your finger's cut with a bandage, the cat keeps trying to lick at the wound. While you're eating your sandwich. While you clean the kitchen. While trying to watch TV. You gently push it away every time, but you're starting to get worried at strange behavior. What if it's got taste for blood and thinks you're food now? Not sure what you'll do if it starts to get more aggressive. Keep thinking about the cat food sitting in the corner. Untouched. Ah, come on! Enough already! You shove it away a little more faster this time, of annoyance. You feel bad immediately, but before you can do anything, the cat meows sharply at you and dashes off around the corner and into the wall. You sigh deeply. At this point, you're just worried it's going to take a bite out of you in your sleep. Maybe a vet will have an idea how to calm it down. You can only hope. You don't have many other options left other than tossing a cow in the rain. After finding the number of a local vet. The lights just went out. Great. Ryan must have knocked out the power. You check your cell phone only to find out that it's out of batteries. You must have forgotten to charge it before leaving out earlier. The outing had been so spur of the moment that I had no doubt messing with your usual routine. Grab a flashlight and turn it on. Who has a flashlight nowadays? It's quiet. It's too quiet. The rain stopped, but then why did the power go out? You look outside. The sky's pitch black. What time is it? Turn to check the clock. The cat sits on top of your digital clock, staring at you. What does it say? Help and kill. And 666. Thinking now? You realize the clock shouldn't be working out all with the power outage. But the numbers lit up and going completely haywire. The cat stares at you. It's completely still. You'd think it was a statue if you didn't know any better. It's not giving off any indication that it's alive. It's not blinking. It's not even breathing, but its eyes. This is normal. You're afraid. You want to run, but you're afraid of letting the cat out of your sight. You consider tossing the cat out after all, but as soon as the thoughts enter your head, you feel a sharp urge to vomit. Its eyes hold you still. Even with your flashlight on it, its pupils allow. The flashlight flickers. And the cat is gone. Fear immediately grips in your mind. The silence punctuated with the rapid pumping of blood in your heart is overwritten as your ears slowly start picking up the sound of static around you. How's the clock working with no power? You don't know why such a question matters at the moment, but you feel as if the answer will make sense out of everything that's happening. That order will be restored. But no answer comes to mind. You back away from the clock and feel as if air itself calls tightly, abruptly in response. Like a predator preparing to pounce, but waiting for your next move. But you're afraid to move. You're afraid to even take a breath. But you can't stay still forever, right? Whatever is watching you can already feel its impatience. It's too eager. You don't know how you know this. How you can feel it as clearly as if it had whispered. Right into your ear. Right into your soul. It won't let you wait it out. Not that you could, even if you did. You can't stay here. You have to run. For this thought, a sudden primal instinct wakens within you, making you tear yourself into a hasty burst of movement, of action, but you're still weak from the fear gripping in your mind. Your legs tangle together under you, and you haste, and you fall to the legs to the ground. A sharp pain explodes in the center of your foot. At first you think you broke your ankle, but something warm and wet trickles down your leg of your foot, pooling underneath it. You hear the sound of metal scraping on tiles that are skidding across the floor as if it had been kicked. Winded from your fall, you look down in a daze and see the object glinting in a strange light coming in from outside. It lies pouring in from your now open front door. Thoughts of how, when, who, what, in regards of your inexplicably open door, screech to a halt as your brain finally identifies a metallic object you've been staring at. It's a kitchen knife. It's still tinted red from your earlier blunder? That's not right. Wasn't it completely clean by the... You gulp dryly at the pain on your foot. You barely have time to wonder how the knife ended up in your living room floor to be stepped on, instead of resting in your cutting board in the kitchen where you'd left it. When you spy something in the darkness just beyond your knife, it spies right back at you. A pair of glowing golden eyes come forward as the cat emerges from the shadows into the light from your doorway. It pats lightly over the knife. It pats lightly over the knife as if skipping in delight. It bends down to lap at the blood dripping from the blade. Ah. The scents slowly begin to overwhelm you. The chill of the air as it starts to suffocate you under its weight. The sound of your shaky breaths, discordant against the static, now piercing at your skull. The dryness of your tongue spreading to your throat. The incomprehensible sight of the strike you're taking in. Licking away your kitchen knife, once again completely clean. The scent of blood from the fresh wound on your foot. Blood? Golden eyes slide up to you as if in response to your sudden realization. Blood. You hurt. Your foot is bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding. The cat barely moves, shoulders twitching as if just considering the act of pouncing forward. But you're already on your feet and out the door. You run, or limp down the empty street, the sky black and bleeding red. But there's a strange light emitting from nowhere that casts everything else in white. The houses, the trees, the road, even you, everything. Except your blood. You can just barely glimpse the blood imprints. Your injured foot leaves in your wake with every impact it makes with the ground. It hurts. It hurts. But you can't stop. You don't stop. Not when the shadows grow around you. Not when you feel the gaze of eyes all over you. Not when the road ahead of you is darkened by a long shadow of something behind you. Even then, you don't stop running, because if that cat's right there ahead of you, then what in the world is behind you? Huh? Interesting. How very, very interesting. What is interesting? There are like two choices in the game, I noticed. And I noticed how that I often like read stuff wrong. That was interesting. What the fuck? No. You're gonna play it yourself. That was ending 0 and it only begins. What the fuck? Go play it yourself. It's on unsettling. It's really good. I feel like it only gets scarier from here. And don't forget, we'll meet each other. I'll see you tomorrow.